Hey guys, and welcome to another Tech Time. I don't choose my shirts, or do I? Great shirt, guys. Right? It's showing off. Yeah, don't worry. I can lean down. Everything's normal now, guys. Just like always, right? Normal. Anyway, now that we've gone past, I have no fashion. I mean, I have this hat. That's my trademark, although it's not really mine. Somebody else made it, but who cares? Anyway, getting into the news for today. The first one is a little violent. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's not necessarily violent. It's more gory, really. There's bloodied hands. So if you don't like that, then skip to the 2 minute mark. Or yeah, I don't know. I mean, just wait a bit, because it's not really. It like the clip is um not that long, so it's not like it's gonna be 5 minutes where you have it. So anyway, so you ready? It is a bit gory. This music video will probably be rated 19 plus because of this. But it does make me interested in it. So, last warning, come back at 50. Switch it to 50, okay? So here it is. So that is all for that. So of course, somebody like in a bathtub or something, maybe the bathtub's full of blood. Maybe it's just like full of blood that people donated. I don't know. But, I mean, it's not really a bath full of blood. It's just on their hands. So who knows what happened? I mean, but it's very interesting. They're really teasing this. Usually we get at least like 23 seconds. Like with the next one, which is Red Velvet's. Is it 23 seconds? No, that's 16. But even with 16 seconds, you get a lot more than in Cross Genes. Anyway, Cross Gene will be coming back on the 8th. So, but get excited for that. The 8th of February. Obviously, we already passed January. But you might not know that. Maybe you think this is an old video. Who knows? Anyway, next is Red Velvet. Even though fans are still complaining that, just like me, their stylist or whatever does not know fashion and makes them look stupid. We still have some cool, fun stuff here. And if this is the song, it sounds good. It sounds fun. I like it. Of course, Irene at the end there. And then Rookie, although you can't actually see it there. So yeah. Anyway, let's see if this video gets taken down for showing that. They don't take down videos anymore. They just don't let you monetize them. So we'll see. None of my videos will get taken down. I just won't be able to get anything from them. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to, so it doesn't really matter. So next, we got more kind of music video teasers for Red Velvet, but of course we've also got this site here, the official Red Velvet .smtown.com intro or / intro. Red Velvet with no space in between it. So anyway, we will click random one, and then you get the pictures. Wait. Oh. Wait. I'm confused now. Okay, so see this. and sends me to that. So that basically, we don't get any teasers really for today. We just get that music video teaser, or the teaser clip number 2 is what they call it. So anyway, that's a little weird that it just was, you tap it and it gives you a link instead of giving you some teaser photos. So that's interesting. On Instagram they have a very similar thing to that. I guess there wasn't a member for today, or they didn't do all the members. They only did Irene, Swiggy, and Wendy. Where's Yuri and Joy? Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, today's, we just got a bit. Of course, at the bottom you can see Irene's from before. We just got a bit of dark. So there, I guess with the TV there, it's just supposed to signify that today we're getting what we got, which was the music video teaser, I don't know, whatever that was. Anyway, moving on. Got some sad news. Of course, it's Friday, but this will be the last Friday that I do this. The New York Times had, and I say had because that is the sad news, they had put out since, I believe, 2009, if I can look here, we do have, it started when in 2009. It started the graphic novel one. I'm not sure if that includes manga, but anyway, posted the top 10 manga of the week, basically for each week, or for the last week, of course, taking up all of the sales data and stuff that they'd gotten from many different retailers and stuff, and they'd put up the top 10 manga of the week, and it was very fun to see what those were, and I counted them down a lot on this channel, a lot on Fridays, but sometimes not, and it was very fun. But they have recently said that they will be stopping that. Basically, they will not put those top 10 of graphic novels or manga in the New York Times anymore. So yeah, it's very sad. Kind of fortunately, I did miss last week, so we have one more, the last one that we will ever have, most likely. So that's sad, but we have one more, so let's count them down. I'll go over the spots and show you. Of course, let me get the screen so it's super bright, and get to where we focus. So of course, here is the kind of format that is used, or I guess the layout. So basically, we have a picture of the thing right there, and then we have publisher. Basically, usually what I would work on, or what I would tell, is what rank it is this week, what rank it was last week. Of course, what it is, and the number of the volume usually, because usually it's not just one book, it's usually like volume 5 or something. And then also how many times it's been on the list. So, starting it out, we've got one that was very popular last year in December, Legends of Zelda. This is actually the second volume, and it is The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, Legendary Edition number 2. So that is very interesting. This is the first time for this on the list, and the last time, because there's no more. So yeah, it doesn't have any previous ranking, and one time on the list. Next is One Punch Man Volume 10, which is at number 2. Last week it was at number 1, and it has been on 2 weeks in total. Next is The Ancient Magus Bride Volume 6, which is at number 3, or spot number 3. Last week at number 2, so of course Legend of Zelda just pushing those down. It has also been on 2 weeks. Then we have Tokyo Ghoul 1, which has been on it's at spot number 4. Sorry, I'm getting too out here now. Last week it was at 8, and it has been on 80 times in total, but not in a row, just in total. Then at number 5 we have the first volume of The Legend of Zelda Legendary Edition, A Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and that goes from 3 to 5, so it goes a bit down, but it's still pretty good. And it was on 11 times in total. I'm sure it's been on in the number one spot at least like 6 times probably. Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign 11 is at number 6. This is its first time on, so no previous ranking. Tokyo Ghoul Volume 10 is at 7 this week. Last week it was at 4, and it's been on the list 4 times. Next is One Punch Man Volume 1, which is at the 8th spot, of course. Last week I was at number 9, so it does a little better, or last week, not this week, but last week it did. And then it has been on 71 times in total. Next is Death Note Black Edition 1. The Black Edition were a bit different than the other editions. It's at number 9, and it has been on 12 times. And then last but not least, we have Attack on Titan Volume 10, Attack on Titan 20 at 10. Last week it was at number 7, and it's been on 3 times in total. So yeah, of course Attack on Titan had a big, the first volume was basically the ruler of that list. It was one for so long. But anyway, it's sad that that's going, but we gotta move on. So I'll see you next week with another Tech Time. Goodbye.